shows us there. I think we're there. Or we can see us there. Oh, there we are.
Should be there.
Yep.
Okay.
We got there. We're here. We're here.
Hi, everyone.
Hello.
I'm Sally.
And I'm Jenny.
I'm Gretchen.
And welcome to Sisters Gotta Make. Thanks for joining us, and we have some notes written down, so this is going to be kind of odd, and I can't see, so. But we really want to thank you for joining us at the table tonight, and tonight's all about why we started crafting or creating in the first place, and it's a little bit about the creative women in our lives.
Please make sure to say hello in the chat, and hopefully we'll see some people pop up here in just a second.
So anyway, let's go ahead and share first what we're going to be doing tonight.
Sure.
Want me to start?
Yeah.
Okay, I brought with me some planning. Our mother had a box of unfinished projects that I inherited, and I thought I would start by getting some of those out and planning how I would like to finish them. I'm not going to finish the entire quilt, but whatever pieces and parts she had already made for me, I'll just go ahead and finish those up. So this is one of them.
Oh, it's so beautiful.
It's a pretty, it's going to just end up being a runner.
How beautiful.
Yep, and then this is one she made out of all homespuns, a little larger. So
Yay.
yeah, that would be pretty. So
All right.
I'll just be planning borders and things tonight, doing some quilt math.
Cool. What are you going to be working on tonight? Maybe,
let's see.
if we can get to it.
Yeah, I have a project that I started. I went to a retreat a couple of years ago with a friend of mine, and the quilt is called Green Tea and Sweet Beans by Jen Kingwell, and it's a completely hand stitched quilt,
Wow.
handmade quilt, even the blocks. So like I've got this little block book, and it has hand pieced blocks in it, and it's completely different colors than I ever use in my whole life.
Cool.
That's
And
pretty neat.
It's a happy quilt.
I like your block
Alright.
book too.
I know, isn't that awesome?
Never even heard of that.
Yeah, so I have just some things to finish in here, and I have a little, this is what I'm going to work on.
Okay.
This is part of that quilt. It's a little hand-applique block with little orange peel pieces to stitch on. So that's what I'm
Beautiful.
working on.
Beautiful. And I'm going to maybe get started with a new painting. It's a Triptych, and I made a design right there. So I'm going to work on this maybe tonight. I'm going to give it a try and see how it goes. No promises. All right.
Well, let us know if you're watching right now. Put in the chat what you might be working on. Even if you're not working on anything right now, what do you have going on?
Yeah, and if you're coming in after the live and just watching the replay, go ahead and drop a comment of what you're working on too. So we hope that you enjoy your time with us, sisters, tonight. All right, so the next thing we're going to talk about is how we began our creative journeys. So I'm just going to ask my sisters, what is your earliest memory of making something or something that you were proud of? What's your earliest memory? Jenny, you want to start?
Yes, sure. I remember sitting around a table with some of our aunts, with our mother. I believe they had come to visit us in West Virginia. I can't remember exactly which aunt it was, but I was sitting next to her, and she showed me how to crochet a chain. And that was the first thing that I remember learning how to do.
Wow.
And I'm sure they made a big deal about it.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
I'm sure they did. And I don't know if she then also showed me how to do any other kind of stitches, but I remember after I learned how to make a chain, I learned how to make, like, you had to do like a single or a double crochet in the same loop a bunch of times, and you ended up with this little curly thing with a long tail and a pom-pom for a bookmark.
I
I
kind of
made a
remember
million
that.
of those. Yeah.
I remember that too.
I
It
made a
just
lot of
didn't
those.
stick in my memory
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
it's not something I really enjoy.
Yeah, I made a lot of those. Everyone
don't-
got them.
I don't have anything specific that I remember,
Yeah.
but my earliest memories were probably playing Barbie dolls with Jenny.
Yes.
And, you know, we really had to make do with materials and things. We didn't have fancy Barbie houses. And so Jenny probably would have been the one to first show me how to, you know, cut and glue and probably simple sewing stitches to not only create the dollhouse, like the curtains and things that we had around, but some doll clothes as well. So that's probably the youngest that
Make
I
an
can
elevator
think
out of a Velveeta
Yeah,
box. And
yeah.
I probably
Yeah.
learned a lot of that from Sally because we played together.
Yes, yes. That's pretty much my earliest memories of creating things is playing with. We had skippers.
Yep.
Our mother
Yeah, we
didn't
didn't have
let us have
Barbies.
Barbies. I did get a Barbie a roundabout way by asking one of my friends for one for my
Uh-oh.
birthday, and so I did get one. But we, you know, we didn't have Barbie houses from the store, so I would just get whatever big boxes I could scrounge up and create homes and rooms out of boxes. I used spools to create lamps, and I mean, I just started, I guess, creating miniatures, and then Barbie clothes. We needed Barbie clothes. Our mother made a lot of Barbie clothes for us, but I just found she would give us fabric, and I would cut like the shape of a dress. and sew it together, and there we went. So we had fun with that.
Yeah.
So
a lot of fun. Make and do to play. Did either of you bring anything with you that you have to show about maybe someone creative in your life that might have given you something?
Well, I've already showed that I have Mom's projects here, so you know, that's my show and tell
Okay.
for today.
I have something.
Good.
Okay, so Mom, really, I think we got our creative DNA from our mother, mostly. So one of the times my husband and I bought a home, and I think it was our first home in Marietta, she asked me what colors I wanted. She showed us a little pattern book that we could choose anything out of there. And I think it's when she first started quilting. So
was
she
soon
made,
after.
I chose this table runner and the
Nice.
colors that I wanted, which it was very country colors back then,
Yeah,
you
and
know, when all
mauve, the mauve.
colors were. So she made this beautiful quilt for me that's a table runner, and I
Love
still
it.
have it. And I want to show the picture. So
Yeah.
I'm going to get up. And so this is a photograph of our mother looking away. She's the middle child.
Tilt
like
it
I
just a
am.
little bit. There you go.
And the youngest sister, Aunt Martha, and the oldest sister, Aunt Judy, and their dad, who everybody called Red Robinson. And so all three of these ladies were extremely creative. I mean, I don't even know all the different things that they did, but
Yeah.
that's one of our
Yep.
favorite photographs.
They got me started on my quilting journey. While you're up, Sally,
Okay.
I'll show.
Oh, yes. I'll show how you hold these up.
The first two little things are from well, this is all from Grandma. Grandma did tatting, and so I got these little spools from after she passed away that she had wrapped some of her tatting around. And I didn't want to do anything with them. They're just so sweet, just like they are. And so I just keep them, you know, with my laces and things. And I really enjoy getting those things out and looking at them. And this is also something that she made. She lost her eyesight, but she could still do a blanket stitch. And so Aunt Judy would buy her wash rags and she would blanket stitch around them.
yeah.
And
Yeah, we can see it.
sometimes they would buy like that nylon tulle netting and cut squares and put it on the back and sew it around.
I
and
have
then,
one like that.
Yep, and then Grandma would do that blanket stitch around the edge, and then you could use that to wash your dishes as well. We're all like, I don't want to wash any dishes with this. It's a memento. So I've had this for many years and haven't used it.
Now, can I ask a question about the tatting?
Sure.
So am I the only one that has a red Christmas ball? It's a ball ornament that has tatting on it.
I think we all got them.
Oh, I thought maybe I was her
Sorry.
favorite.
No, you weren't
Yeah.
special. Sorry.
You know,
I have
yeah.
one more thing to show, if that's okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Take up all the time.
Anybody
Tom.
in the
Take
chat?
up all the
Tell
time.
me, anybody in the chat?
Oh, I have. There's 5 last time I
Go ahead and show us.
I have this beautiful quilt that my mother made. It's all hand-applique. You're not going to probably be able to see it all in the picture, but you'll get the gist of it.
Why
pretty
am I
good.
not seeing
Isn't
it?
that beautiful? Mom made this and gave it to me, and
Yay.
it's all hand-applique, and it's hand quilted. And when her eyes started going bad, you could tell because the quilting starts getting wiggly, and it just makes it even more wonderful
even
to have.
better,
So,
yeah.
yes, so
That's
I just
beautiful.
love this
Nice.
quilt.
That's beautiful.
And I hang it in my house.
Well,
Okay, that's all.
we also want to kind of dive into a little bit of why we're doing this.
Did you have something else you wanted to show?
Oh,
I don't know.
Okay.
No, but that's
Alright.
okay.
so why? Why are we doing this channel? Why are we doing this live? Jenny.
Okay. Well, I think whenever
I did a live. I don't
Yeah.
know if that prompted.
no, well,
Okay.
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know if it did or not.
Okay.
I do watch a lot of podcasts and lives and things like that in the quilting field. And during COVID, when everything was shut down, you couldn't go out places, you couldn't even really go to the quilt shops and things like that. It was really kind of hard, you know, and our mother was going through her last months, and we were all taking turns sitting with her so that Dad could get a shower and go to the store if you needed to. And there was a podcast that I started watching, and it just, I don't know, it meant a lot to me. I felt like I was in the room talking with the 2 ladies who were in the it was like on YouTube. You could listen to it or you could watch it. And it was a mother and a daughter. And sitting there with my mom, I was just really feeling, you know, sad, you know, because we used to talk about our quilting together. And so watching these 2 ladies talk to each other about what they love, their creative passion, just felt really nice to me. And I just felt like if we did something like this, maybe there are people out there that don't have sisters or friends that they do their crafting with, and they might enjoy hanging out with us and sitting and working on their project while we're
Yeah.
talking and
So
having
look
fun.
how many new sisters we might get
Yeah.
from this experience.
And we have,
Yeah.
you know, we have another sister that's not with us and a brother, but
Well,
Yeah.
we don't want George to be involved in this.
No.
Anyway, anybody who is interested to stick with us in this channel and join us in these gatherings and have some fun, you can become our sister.
yeah.
But
I have to
Yeah.
say one thing.
Go.
George did buy every year for Christmas.
Oh.
Gretchen and I don't know if you did.
Yes.
He sent us, lived away, he was in the Air Force. He sent us crafting kits.
Yeah.
So there might be paint by number on velvet, or a floating candle making kit, or a resin casting.
That's true.
All sorts of cool
He
crafting
knew
things.
we liked to do stuff.
Yeah,
You know.
and so
True.
we were always crafting. Do you remember Mom having those crafted the month she would get in the mail? It would be a box of some new craft she could try.
No.
Oh my
don't
gosh!
remember
Well, if
that.
it was something she wasn't interested in, I remember I would look at it
Oh,
and
well,
play with
sure.
it. But
Uh-huh.
you know.
She gets the applique quilt too. Just
Yeah.
want to point that out
Yeah.
right now.
I know.
Yeah.
Well,
Yep.
we know
So
who the
I
favorite
just
is.
we always thought it was
we
Gretchen.
we really hope that people enjoy being with us and laughing with us and sharing. We hope that everybody puts some comments if you're watching this after the live.
I
and-
want to say Odd Girly has said, love the crafts to go with the stories.
Yay!
Ah,
Very
thank
good.
you,
Very
Odd Girly.
good.
All right. And one more thing. what do we hope people feel when they come to our channel? What are we hoping
Happy.
that they feel?
Happy,
Yeah.
relaxed.
Yeah.
They're not the only ones with a messy sewing room.
Belonging, a sense of belonging,
belonging.
friendship,
Mhm.
and yeah.
Those are all good things.
Yeah. Well, you usually have like ladies come over on Wednesdays
Uh-huh.
and just you sit and gab and
Yep.
chat
And some of us might not even work on anything. We're just having fun being together, like the fellowship of it.
yes.
It's fun to have a little
Yes.
fellowship going on.
Yes.
Yeah.
Jen, have you had any creative fails lately, or Sally?
Well,
Yeah.
Any paintings gone wrong?
well.
Any quilts you had to rip? Had you do any ripping lately?
Oh, there's always some ripping going on.
That's
I
one
was,
reason why I don't like it.
Yeah, I was working on a quilt that I was trying to get finished for a quilt show. And I was sewing right along, and then I realized that I had sewn a border on where it didn't belong. There was supposed to be another set of patchwork before a border came on. So I was like, so I just ripped, got it all ripped off, pressed everything, and then I sat down and I sewed it all back on to just exactly the same wrong way.
No.
Well,
So I had to rip it all out again.
Yep.
And that time when I took the wrong part off, I set it far away from myself so that I wouldn't pick it up and do it a third time. So yeah, that was very recent.
just recently I was doing a process video on a painting that I was doing, and right after I painted the black silhouette, I leaned my hand right into the black paint. So, it happens. So, how about you, Gretch? You've been creating a lot on the
I have
on
been
the
doing a lot
computer.
for my classroom, for my, making teacher resources. And yeah, there have been a lot of formatting and computer errors, and I just have to get up from the computer and walk around a little bit.
Take a breather.
Get your eyes adjusted
Right?
again and go back into it. Yeah.
All right.
So let's see here. Sally. Which sister is most likely to break into song, do we think?
You know what? It could be any one of us.
It really could be.
It could
but
really could
Jenny will
be.
probably sing the entire, not song, but like the whole refrain or something. Even when you're in the middle of Hobby Lobby. That'll happen,
Well, Mom did every time there was a musical on. She was
Oh.
dragging us in there. If
Yes.
Gene Kelly was tap dancing, Mom was in the dining room tap dancing right along with him.
I didn't know if you knew this, but I was really going to marry Gene Kelly.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Wow.
I kind of thought I was going to.
That didn't go
It
so
didn't
well.
work out
No.
very well, but
I had a crush on Davy Jones of the Monkees. I even wrote him a love letter. Only to find out that they weren't a group anymore.
oh my god, that's great.
Oh my goodness. Well,
Okay, how's your creating going, girls?
It
I
hasn't
haven't
been
done anything.
chatting too much.
Yep.
Yeah.
When I
It's
picked this up to
okay.
show it, it came unthreaded. I don't know if I can thread it back
See
up.
anybody else? I can't tell if we have any more in
Let's
the live
see.
chat. It kind of doesn't
Looks like
look
there's
like
another
it.
one, a new one. There is a new one.
It's not coming up on mine, but that's okay.
Okay.
That's okay. All right. So,
All right.
tell us what you're working on if you are with us, and tell us what you'd like to see in maybe our next video. Or I hope that you caught the video of Gretchen and I getting ready to come over to Jenny's house.
I hope you did not.
Oh my gosh.
Maybe there's a theme or something you would like us to talk
Yeah.
about or show.
Yep. Yeah, we could
Hey,
do
I
like,
got it threaded. How about that?
How about pajama night?
Pajama night. Aren't we in pajamas right now?
Oh, I didn't want to let everybody know, but
no.
yes, I kind of am in my jammies. So,
Oh, how's it going, Sally? Looks like you're finger painting
Oh
from
yeah,
here.
Sally's getting a lot done there.
I'm having fun over here.
Nice.
Yeah. So this is it's a 3-piece set. These are 6x6 gallery wrapped stretch canvases, And they're meant to, you can hang them together so that they make one continuous type of flow. Or, you know, you can put them in different areas of the home too, so.
Yeah, is that gonna be a class that you're gonna
No,
do? No,
this is just
for
something
you.
fun and for sale. So,
Awesome.
yeah, I'll be having this
Very
on
good.
my,
It's gonna be really
for sale.
pretty.
So.
How about you, Gretch? What do you got going on there? Are you working on your, how you're
Just
gonna put that together?
Yeah, I'm just gonna draw it out here, 2, 3,
Mhm.
4, and it's not to scale. It's not even close to being proportionately correct, but I only need to use. She must have done all of. Whoop,
Thank
all
goodness
of
she did all of the
these
half square
first.
triangles.
I know. Thank you, Mom.
Wow.
So I think I'll just sew one on this side, and then I'll have to look for some fabric to do like a. I don't know if I'll do a border, but just do the binding. I think that'll.
You know,
They'll call it done with that.
yeah. Oh, it's so beautiful.
I mean, I do have these, but I didn't
Yeah.
think that they looked great
Mhm.
just by themselves
Yeah.
without creating a whole nother
Another-
piece.
Right.
And I don't think I have this blue.
Mhm.
I might though. It might still be like in the box,
In the box.
that I just haven't.
Yeah. You know, we could always look in my
That'll work.
stash.
Well, I was planning on going shopping in here.
Yeah, you
know,
could do
before I
that.
leave.
You know what? When we did our little teaser, I talked about how I
Oh.
would reveal the quilt that I was working on that
Yeah.
I
Do
didn't
it.
want to show.
Do it.
I don't know if you.
Do you
can
need
they
me to
see
move
it?
the phone? I
Can
can
they see it
maybe,
behind-
I can
well,
maybe
is it
move the
behind
phone.
me?
It's behind
Let's see.
Gretchen's head.
Okay, let
I
me
think.
move.
Yeah. So that's the quilt that I've been working on.
I'll move- see
It's
if I can-
from
here.
a group. I'm in a group, a Facebook group called Stitching Among Friends
There you
on
go.
Facebook, and it's with 5 other quilt designers like myself, and we do sew-alongs 3 or 4 times a year. And this was our patriotic theme. And today I released my block, which is up in the top corner, left-hand corner, with the eagle and the flower and the baskets. But I made all of the blocks that in the group and put the quilt together and designed the finishing of it. So today was the final reveal, and I think it turned out really pretty. I'm really happy about it.
Great job.
It's beautiful.
All right.
Thanks. One of the ladies actually sent me her finished block, so I didn't have to stitch hers because I was a little worried I wasn't going to get done in time for today, but I did.
Where can any viewers now or in the future go to find information about that?
They can go to Stitching Among Friends on Facebook. It's a public group, so you can join it, and it, you know, there's no cost to join it or anything. But like if you want to comment, then it will, you know, it'll have to go through the admin whether or not you can make a comment or not. But you can see it and look at it
And find
all
where
of
to
that.
buy it or
Find
get
where
the
to buy it. If
patterns.
you go to the featured tab, you can find all of the different sew-alongs we've done and the links to go find patterns and kits from
Okay.
each of the 5
Odd
6
Girlie
designers.
said you gotta be comfy to craft, and I
You do.
totally agree with her.
Hello.
So,
You do.
I know.
Yes.
That's why we're dressed
That's why
comfy
we,
tonight.
that's why we
Yeah.
look the way we do.
Yeah.
All right.
Ah, gosh.
Okay, I have a
Well,
plan for this
Anybody
one.
else? Okay.
All right.
I have a story to tell you.
Oh, I want to hear it.
So I went out to take care of Gladys Knight and the Pips today.
Well, explain who Gladys Knight
Of
and the
course
Pips
I
are.
will. We recently had a disaster at my little farm, and we lost all but one chicken to at least 3
girls.
raccoons took turns coming in. We took care of the raccoons, but we have 1 chicken left and 4 heritage turkeys. One of those turkeys thinks that she's sitting on eggs to hatch them,
Aw.
but we haven't had a male turkey for months, so she's
Oh.
just sitting up
And
there.
that's Gladys?
No,
Oh.
no, the
She's
chicken
one of
is
the Pips.
Gladys.
Oh.
And so the only ones I ever see are Gladys, the chicken, and 3 of the turkeys, so I call them Gladys and the Pips.
Oh, I love it.
And anyways, I went out to feed them and give them fresh water, which they promptly step in, of course. But I was going to take the grain into the chicken coop and went to grab the handle of the door, and something looked off. You know how you just kind of do things and you don't really think or look, you just
Yeah.
kind of, you know, doing the routine. I'm glad I looked because there was a snake.
Oh no!
Like on the door, up against the door.
Oh my god!
Putting his little head like up to, get the handle. I said, okay, I'm backing up. I mean, it was just a little black snake. I'm not afraid of him, but I'm not going to really bother with him either,
You don't want to hold him.
No, I don't really want to hold him or know his name or anything. But
No cuddling.
No
We're not-
cuddling.
There's no cuddling.
he
of
can go
snakes.
about his little snake business and I'll go about
Oh
mine.
my gosh.
So I just went around again and put a little puddle of food inside the run so they could have, I don't know if they're out of food or anything.
Well, Jenny has a fun guest in her house today.
Oh, yes, I do. My son,
Yeah.
Christopher. He came home for a visit for several days. He lives in New York, and he's home for a visit again.
Yeah.
And we're just so excited to have him.
Your little baby 6'5",
My little
Yeah.
baby 6'5" boy.
30 whatever year old he is.
I don't know.
Yes.
What is he now?
Who
He's
knows?
30.
You have to do the math.
I
Who
have to do
knows?
the math.
I
He's
know.
He'll
34.
always be bub to us.
Yeah, I know.
Always be
he's
bub.
34, I think is right. Yeah, I
always
can't
be
believe
bub.
he's 34. But he's married. His wife wasn't able to come with him. Her work schedule had already
Working
been
hard.
made, so we're hoping that maybe she can come in July when he comes back in July.
Yay. Good.
So yes, he and my husband Glenn are out to dinner tonight
Nice.
with some guys. So they're off doing that, and tomorrow night I think we're having a cookout.
Ooh, are we invited?
Of course, you're all invited. Well, not everyone in La La Land, but yes, my
Oh,
family.
Did you hear about the phone call I got almost 2 weeks ago from your son and your daughter?
What? What? I didn't hear.
Kristen called me, which is, fine. I mean, we text sometimes,
Yeah. Yeah.
So she said, hi, Aunt Gretchen, hold on a second, I'm going to get Christopher on the phone.
Ooh.
So I was a little worried at first. I didn't know what,
Oh.
But her voice was happy, so it
Yeah.
was fine.
Yeah.
So anyways, I had both of your children on the phone with me.
Ah.
And they said, Christopher said he wanted
love
to
my kids.
request some smoked meat.
Oh.
He wanted to request that Uncle Mike, my husband Mike, get the smoker rolling because he was going to be in town and he was really in the mood for Uncle Mike's famous smoked meat.
Wow.
So Mike's going to try to do it Sunday.
Okay.
Ribs.
Okay.
So I was waiting to say anything because,
Yeah.
he only gets one day off. So
Right.
we'll see if he gets that
Yeah.
together.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yay, that's
Okay.
cool.
That was a
Awesome.
fun phone call.
Yeah.
That's nice. That's great. Yeah. Well, we had a little scare. Our grandson is in the Army, and he's a paratrooper, and he was in his rotation where they are training to be deployed. So he jumped out of the airplane. It was a night jump,
Okay.
which he's done many of, but his parachute wasn't opening.
Oh my gosh.
Oh no.
It was wrapped like he was, trying
Oh,
to unwrap
scary.
it,
Oh my
and
gosh.
he said he almost pulled the emergency chute, but then it opened.
Oh, okay.
But in the meantime, he was so busy doing that he didn't drop his, I don't know if it's 100-pound or it's a heavy sack that they carry,
Oh, okay.
with all their supplies. He didn't drop that.
Yeah.
So he fell
really
Faster.
fast.
with that,
Yeah.
carrying that, so he hurt himself.
Oh no.
And then he had to get up and do an 11-mile hike
Oh.
to the
course
next
he did.
thing that they were doing.
Wow.
So just keep him in your prayers that, he stays safe and that his body
Sure.
heals and there's nothing wrong, but yeah.
Wow.
So,
that
but he's
is
okay,
scary.
he's
Okay.
okay, but
Sheesh.
yikes,
That's scary.
yeah. Anybody else? Leave a comment for us. What's going on in your lives?
Are you working on any projects?
Do you have any upcoming family events or any upcoming events that you're looking forward to? I know kind of summertime's a good time for
Family
retreats and
reunions.
family reunions, vacations.
I get to go
Anybody?
to San Antonio in July to see my grandson, Beckett. And yeah, I'll probably see my son and his wife too.
Well, they're chopped liver.
But
They're
mainly
chopped
I'm
liver.
going to see Beckett, and I
Yeah.
plan on getting the stroller and grabbing him
Yeah.
and giving him lots of smushing kisses.
Yeah.
And then we're taking off. Me and Beckett.
Okay.
Yeah, we're just taking off. We're gonna go see things.
And leave the
That's
I can't
parents
wait.
behind.
They can do whatever they need
You
to
know, what are they?
do. They can do whatever. I'm sure they have appointments and things.
Let them do their own things.
Yes.
That's right.
And then probably later in July, is Natalie on here live?
I don't
Later in
know.
July, I think I'm going to North Carolina to see my other son and his beautiful wife. And they've been doing a lot of home projects.
I
home
hope we get to
renovations.
meet her.
Yeah, I was hoping she would be on the live so she could
Yeah.
chime in, but they're
She's
doing
pretty handy herself with
Oh,
the crafty.
she did the kitchen plumbing.
Oh, that's really pretty.
herself. Isn't this pretty?
Yeah.
And flooring is going on. Their second bathroom is going on. They're doing really everything. The house is so cute.
That's awesome.
So cute. Very charming.
Okay, I just messed this up. Okay, blooper. It's okay.
Go
It's
back to
paint.
that question, right?
It's paint. You can.
You can paint over it.
You can. That's a good thing. So.
How many blocks do I have?
It's just. It's not a mistake. It's just a. You know. It's just a new path. That's all.
Yeah.
Just a
A
new.
new path.
A
The
new
painting
path.
now has a new path.
Yeah. You just never know when you're experimenting.
What did Mom make for me here? Let's
You
see.
have something there. Oh,
I'm
okay.
finding more blocks that she
Okay.
made, which is
I
happy.
have some more things, but they're back in the cupboard and they're in the storage of some quilts and stuff that she was working on and making. One of them is from her grandmother had started. And we don't have Mom or her two sisters to ask anymore,
Yeah.
but I feel like the quilt tops that they got from their grandmother, which prompted the three of them to learn how to quilt.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if Mom got a complete quilt top. I think that she got blocks, and that she found fabric and then put the blocks together with sashing.
Mm.
And I don't think she ever finished it. It was, if the one that I have is that quilt, it's all put together in a top, and she started quilting it, hand quilting it. And so it needs to be finished, and I feel like it needs to be finished by hand quilting it. So therefore, I don't know when it'll get done, but I would like to do it. So
Hey,
one of
look
these
here.
days
I have
will do it.
enough. Mom made 2 of these
Okay.
strips, so I have enough to make
Another
one
strip
block
set.
for 3 blocks.
Oh, that's
so
great.
I can put together this.
Yeah, I love
all
that.
these blocks.
All those homespuns,
Yep,
and I love
yep.
this bluish gray. That's
Yeah.
really pretty.
It kind of reminds me. They're
Might
different
need to hold
blocks.
that up. It's kind of, I don't know if they can see that. It's really
Which I showed the
Oh,
quilt
you did.
earlier. Yes.
pretty. That's right, you did.
Do you remember the quilt I was making back in 2004 when I moved to Williamstown the first time, and we had to go find a couch that would fit in my basement family room,
Yeah.
right?
Uh-huh.
Because it was a narrow
Was that
downstairs.
the red one? You found a red
The
one.
red couch, and
Yeah.
then we got that book in the store.
Yeah.
My red couch or
Ah.
something. My red
Yeah.
sofa. So I got the book. I'm like, oh, this was meant to be,
Yeah.
and started.
Yeah.
And I've got a pile of blocks just like
Mhm,
this,
mhm.
and that's it. That's
No more
as
red
far.
couch, though.
No
You'll
more
have
red
to get a
couch.
slip cover.
Yeah, no more red couch. That's so.
That was a
nobody
comfy couch.
should ever feel bad around me about unfinished
No.
projects, because the queen is sitting right here in front of you.
Oh my gosh, I
Yeah.
have so many unfinished as well.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my gosh, this is looking. I love it.
I was gonna make a list one time of my unfinished projects, but I decided I didn't want to feel bad about myself for one more thing.
Yeah, you don't need a list. No.
I didn't need the list telling me na na na
Yeah.
na na.
Well, what I do with paintings that, I paint them and then I take a look at them and I'm like, it's just not, it's not something that I like.
Yeah.
And so I just put it in a cupboard or a stack. I have kind of a stack of paintings that someday I'll just reuse the canvas.
Oh, sure.
And so I've done that a couple times. I just go paint over the canvas like just a neutral color, like
Yeah.
a yellow or something like that. And then I can just reuse that canvas. So all is not lost. Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good. Oh, I think I finished this little petal.
Let me show you the picture, everybody, of the quilt. This quilt that I'm looking
yeah.
at all the pieces and parts
Oh,
to.
yes, I
Remember
remember that.
So
yeah.
this is
That's so pretty.
let's see if I can.
Who designed that?
I don't know. I'll have to look. So that's going to be pretty. I don't think I can make it that big. I don't have enough fabric. Sarah Maxwell and
Sarah
Dolores Smith.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna kind of show what I have going on over here, okay?
Okay.
I can't pick them all three up at the same time, but hopefully you'll kind of get the gist, and I'll be painting all the sides, but, so I'll bring it over. So this is kind of
Looks
where I am
good.
right now.
Is that gold?
It's gold, metallic.
Oh yeah, I like it a lot. Looks good.
So, yeah.
Love that. I need to
Anybody have any?
find my scissors here.
Did you finish a petal? Is that what you said, Jen?
I finished a petal.
All right, you want me to hold it up for them to
Oh,
see?
I don't know. If you want to, you can.
Yeah.
I have 3 petals done and 1 left to do.
All right.
I can
No,
probably hold
I
that.
better not.
You can probably see it.
Yeah, I think you can.
Yeah.
This
one
hand,
left to do.
this hand isn't bad because it had a glove on it. Lay
Just
it down.
Just wipe it
I
on
think
your
yeah,
shoulder.
I've got
I think
paint
they
on
can
this
see
one.
it.
Yeah.
They can see it.
Okay.
Awesome.
And Gretch, what do you have? Do you have anything?
I just finished showing you my thing.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's it for me. But
I was too
if
busy
anybody
painting.
likes the quilts that I held up that I'm going to be finishing, and you want to know where to find the designer or the pattern,
Oh, yeah.
send us put
comment.
a comment
You
in
could
the
do a
chat
comment.
screen,
Yeah.
and we will get you that information
Yeah.
for sure.
Yep.
Okay. We have about 3 minutes till it's 7:40, so I just wanted to give you.
Is
We don't want to
heads
go
up, we're
long,
done.
you know.
A little
Oh,
heads up.
yeah.
Yep.
I could show my little sewing roll here.
Oh, good. Did you make that?
I made this, yes. Okay, so I wrote, here's what it looks like.
Oh, there goes my papers.
Here, I'm gonna roll it up here.
might
and
wanna-
tie
There's my
it.
notes.
Stand a little closer to the camera.
Me?
Yeah,
Talking
you.
about me. Okay.
You.
All right.
Yeah, you.
So here's my little sewing roll.
Hold it kind of up high. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Vertical.
Oh,
There
okay.
you go.
All right. Okay. So then you untie it.
Now, if I just push you a little bit,
Yeah,
it'll fall
yeah.
right over.
Okay. Untie it, and then inside we have a little pocket for quilting pencils and glue, your ripper, or whatever you need. Over here is a pin cushion for all of your pins. And then in the middle is a pocket, and I keep my scissors in there and any threads. And then this is what it looks like on the outside.
So cute.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
And I can just put all my stuff in there, and I can even put, just put my block in there and then just roll it right up and then take it with me to work on.
Love it.
I would like to know where you got these cute little pins with the little
Okay,
kitty
so-
cat and the flower.
2 different places. So the kitty cat, this pin cushion with the kitty cat pin came from a retreat that I went to at Sue Spargo's
Y'all can
quilt shop
zoom
up
in.
near Akron,
Yeah,
Ohio.
yeah.
I can't, near Uniontown, somewhere
Uniontown.
around there. Yeah, and so I went to a workshop, not a retreat, a workshop. It was a Jen Kingwell, which is where I started doing this. And that was a gift that they gave to all of us, that little pin cushion with the kitty cat pin, and the other little flower
I love the
pin,
pins.
little flower
Yeah.
pin came.
Did you say I want the pin?
I
She
do.
did, yeah. Came with that pin cushion beside you with the little bag hanging off of it.
Yeah.
And it was made by a lady on Etsy, Curry Bungalow.
Oh, that's
Curry
pretty.
Bungalow. So
There's your
you,
alarm.
You can buy finished pin cushions like this from her, or even just the pattern, like a PDF file.
I'll
and
tell
make
you
your
what,
own.
that's really
Isn't
nice.
it though? And
yeah.
this can come off. It's Velcroed on.
Oh, that's really neat.
So you can just take that.
Curry,
Curry
C-U-R-R-Y
bungalow.
bungalow.
Yeah.
Curry bungalow.
And it has like a non-skid on the bottom. And when I designed my first fabric line with Marcus Fabrics, I sent her a bundle of my fabrics and asked her to make me one
Oh,
out of
that's
my own
right.
fabrics. It's in the house. I'll have to show it another time.
Oh, this is really beautiful, y'all.
Isn't it beautiful?
Go get you one
I
of
just
these.
thought it was so well made that I didn't want to make it myself.
Yeah. Why
I'd
break
rather
the
make.
wheel?
I'd rather make a quilt.
Well, I hate to break up such a good time, but I think it's time for us to go ahead and wrap this up.
Okay.
Okay.
And I just wanted to say that we hope that we've inspired you to create something beautiful this week, and we hope that you really enjoyed yourself sitting along with us and listening to us jibber jabber about nothing. So we're really glad that you joined us.
Yes.
And go ahead and leave a comment, whether you're live or if you're just going to watch the replay.
Yeah.
And let
the
us
like,
know.
Hit
Yeah.
the like button.
Hit the like.
Share it
Subscribe
with your
to the-
friends.
Yes, subscribe to the channel and get your notifications. And that way, anytime we put together another video or we decide to do another live, you'll be notified and you can put it in your calendar so you're
Yeah.
ready to go.
Yay!
Yeah. So let's see. We've got one final thought.
One final thought.
One final thought. Okay?
We're gonna
Yep.
try to do this?
Yeah,
Okay.
all together.
Okay.
And once we get this down, we won't have to look at our notes anymore.
Right, right.
Okay.
But for now, let's read.
Here we are. Okay.
All right.
Whether you have a sister by blood or a sister by heart, you have a place here with us.
See you next
See you next
time,
time.
sisters. Bye.
Bye.
All right.